Welcome back. While we're on the air, big stories continue to break. These just in. James Major's new girlfriend says he's as exciting as his dad, but I don't care. Charles's new touchy-feely approach, a big success. Unknown chosen to star in remake of Basic Instinct. If Australia ever becomes a republic, my next guest could very well be its first president if she's not too busy conquering the world. She has the talent, the determination, the achievement, and a new album out soon. Have a taste of her latest single called Breathe. It's Kylie Minogue. Oh, wow.
I'm so happy to be back here.
Yeah, well, we always love having you here, and I love the video.
Thank you.
You're really flying there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Just levitated myself up.
You just don't weigh very much, do you?
Yeah, exactly. They just put a couple of fans underneath me.
Yeah. So you're just back from Australia right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you up to out there?
I went for the Mardi Gras.
Oh, Sydney Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of people in this part of the world don't know that in that part of the world it's a huge event, isn't it?
Well, it's the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras, but it is one of the biggest things in Sydney.
And so what did you do?
Well, firstly, my sister was on as well. She was on at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I was on at 4-ish in the morning. And it kind of turned into a family affair. My parents came up and watched it.
Dad and Mum came to the Mardi Gras?
Mum and Dad came to the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras with 20,000 screaming, raving, semi-naked, sweaty people.
Yeah, does your dad approve of all that stuff?
Yeah, I threatened that he had to wear a little sequined thong, perhaps, and it could be covered in oil by the end of the evening, but they loved it.
Flying body oil everywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've had 10 solid, unceasing years of press attention, and there've been no shortage of rumours about you. I've read them all. What are your favourites?
My recent favourite was that I have a dungeon.
A dungeon?
Yeah.
What happens in this dungeon?
God only knows what happens. And I live on the top of an apartment block, so I must have this express lift that just takes me straight down to the dungeon.
It's a torture dungeon? Do you have victims there?
I'm sure there's a few contraptions in there. So that was a good one. Yeah, marriage, pregnancy, alien, breasts, all kinds of things.
Alien breasts, huh?
Yeah.
Invading from space, yeah? You said you wanted to get back, you wanted to get back into the movies, and you want to do an Australian film. Why an Australian film, especially?
Well, I did 2 Hollywood films that were total rubbish, and I'm very embarrassed about them.
You're not saying Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme was rubbish.
So I made a little mistake. I think for the most part I've been forgiven, and people have said, oh, well, she just, forget that. So I need to either backpedal swiftly or just kind of go ahead swiftly and do something that I can be proud of.
But Jean-Claude Van Damme, I don't want to let this point go because he's a particular hero of mine because he does so much with so little. And how did you get on with him?
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not all that big, is he? So, yeah.
He's quite small.
So he could...
I mean, it's small but dangerous, I'm sure.
But he can really do all that stuff, can't he? He can jump in the air. And I saw there's one movie, he's in this kitchen and he jumps up in the air and puts one leg on the refrigerator and the other leg on the sink. And he says...
Don't we all do that in the morning,
yeah,
pouring the
absolutely.
cornflakes? Yeah.
I'm no stranger to acting myself, because I was... I've been longing to tell you this in case you didn't see it. But I was actually in Neighbours.
I know.
I played the postman. Yeah.
Was there any male email from me.
Oh, yes, there was.
They
yeah,
probably
I
have to
read-
redirect it to Brisbane
read
or
that.
wherever she lives. I don't know where she lives.
You've been a big hit at a poetry festival. What was that all about?
Yeah, that was a really amazing experience. There was a thing called the Poetry Olympics, and it was a weekend of poetry recitals.
Where was this?
At the Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
And Nick Cave, lovely Nick Cave, was performing there, and he'd said to me, you know, it's an open invitation. If you want to get up and do something, you're more than welcome. I said, oh, that's very nice, but I have never recited poetry, so. But I'm very much looking forward to coming and see you do your thing. And he ended up saying, I really think you should do it, and I think you should recite I Should Be So Lucky. And I said, I've not been able to say I should be so lucky in many years, so I don't think that will work. But cut a long story short, he planted a seed, and I kept thinking, what would it be like, you know? And before I knew it, I was out there in tracksuits and, you know, weekend attire, and bounded out on stage. Actually, the guy who was on before us was reciting Braille with long white hair, which made me very nervous. I said, Nick, God is on stage. How do we follow that? Anyway, he said that Jesus followed God, and he did okay, so we've got a chance. So I pulled out the lyrics and said, hi, I didn't expect to be here today, but here I am, and I'm going to recite something that I didn't write. In my imagination. And straight after that, there was, you know, they reacted to it. So from that point, I knew, thank God it's worked, it worked. So I went through, you know, there's no complication. I dream about you all the time. In my mind, a celebration, blah, 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 blah.
No, let's stop.
And then
No,
I got to the chorus, which I just went up to the chorus and kind of stopped there, but that was the clincher. So it's, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. I should be so lucky enough. Thank you, thank you. I thought, escape while the going is good.
That really was cool, and keep us in touch with what you're doing. Thank you very much, Kylie Minogue.